What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode with AB Investments. First and foremost, I want to thank the Lord Almighty for allowing me to have another day on this in His kingdom, and to continuously keep blessing me with all His blessings. With that being said, um, first and foremost, after first and foremost, there's no GME dilution for the last freaking time. This is no dilution. There's no shares being created. Hedge funds are not having access on Saturday and Sunday on over the weekend to fresh new shares, to get extra shares, because there's nothing new that is being created. It is the same share being split into four. That's it. It's the same idea as you buying a pizza. You order a large pizza. It does not change in size if you tell them to slice it into four, or if you tell them to slice it into 10. It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. You're still gonna get the same pizza, the same sized pizza. You put the slices together, it's the same large pizza, cut or uncut. With that being said, if you were to slice that pizza into four and you bought that pizza for 10, how much is each slice? The answer is $2.50. So if you sell each pizza slice $2.50, plus $2.50 plus $2.50 plus $2.50, that equals $10. Get it? Now the whole pie is finished. It's complete. So with that being said, now we deleted the idea of, oh, they have access to new shares. There's no new shares. If after the split, if you don't have your 4 shares, if you had a share on GME prior to the split and you don't have 4 shares after the split, you just gotta contact your broker. Hey, where are my shares? I need to have 4. You made a mistake on the screen. It's not 1 or 2. I need to have, it should say 4 now. Now, moving forward, what no other YouTuber is telling you is what happens to the shorts in the event of a share split or stock split. I covered it in my live yesterday, so I would ask of all of you to go to that live and watch all of it if you want to understand the whole thing. If your money invested in all that stuff and you want to get a clear picture on the whole process, not just a spoon-fed quick answer and then, okay, trust me, bro, then you need to go watch that live. You owe it to yourself and your loved ones, not to me, not just to whatever, to anybody else, to yourself. So with that being said, what happens to the shorts that no one is covering in the event of a stock split? What happens to the shorts is the same thing that happened to your share being split into 4, now the same thing for them. Because what is shorting? That means they went at some point, either borrowed a share or purchased shares from the market to sell them short on the market in the pursuit of expecting the price to drop. And at a later date, they will go and close that short position, and they basically will have to, by doing so, they will have to be buying the shares on the market, and that closed it down. That's it. Everybody goes their separate ways. Now, if they borrowed those shares from a broker, from an institution, from you, or from a devil or whatever, that means they have a contract amongst themselves, and the contract is very clear. There is a set margin, and if that account was to ever go into that margin, fall within that margin, then they will get margin called. At that point, they'll be forced to close their position. They don't have the luxury of waiting till whenever. No, they will be forced to close that position. So it's very crucial to understand this. I understand that part right there. A lot of people understand, but there are many that still don't understand that concept. And I've covered it many months ago. But again, I think that when majority of the people are going to these disastrous channels out there that are spreading FUD, the issue now is becoming more of who's really at fault. Is it the creator and his lack of knowledge, or her lack of knowledge? I don't know what creators you guys go to, but is it the creator's fault, or is it the people that are going there? Because there's a saying that says, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me." At this point, I blame you guys. If you're constantly going, it's been 2 years and you're getting lied to and you're getting nothing but FUD, misinformation for 2 years, and you constantly still choose to go back, it's a very toxic relationship style. This is like the example of a female that constantly is in abusive relationship, but she keeps going back to him to say, oh, I love him though, even though he hits me, but I love him. That's what you're in. So if you choose to constantly keep going with that, please don't drag my time and drag me along with it into that. If you want real information, this is the place you come to. However, what happens to the shorts? No other creator is giving you that. This is also the reason why Lou and them say the theory and the suspense theory that they say. It's because they don't understand it and they don't know what really happens. This shows you that they don't know the market. Because the reason why there's no new shares is because if I'll give you an example now. If I shorted GME with 100 shares before the split, after the split, I don't have, if I got margined after the split and I have to go back to cover my position, I'm not going back to close back 100. I have to go back to close 400. So when you do the math, it all adds up. There is no new shares. The reason why I have to close 400 is because the new price also got adjusted, similar to the pizza. The pizza got sliced, remember, into 4. I'm selling it slice by slice. Each slice is worth $2.50, $2.50, $2.50, $2.50, for a total amount of $10. So same thing with shorting. I gotta cover 400, but I'm not covering 400 at the full price, which is the 152. So $152. If you multiply it by 100, that's the same amount. Get your calculators out and fact check me with that, which is the simplest part. 100 shares that I opened up short. If I was to close them at $152 before the stock split, that number should be exactly the same as me having to close 400 at a price of 38. 38 times 400 is the same value as 152 times 100. The real reason why you should be real happy here about the stock split, and this is why the shills are out heavy, and unfortunately the dumb creators out there and their misinformation is actually making it better and better for them too. It's making their job easier. The real 2 reasons you should be happy about the stock split for is, 1, now you're able to welcome people who were on the sidelines, who couldn't come in because the price was so high, and now they could come in and scoop up these shares because that float can be bought up in no time, right? Will it be? I don't know. I'm not telling people go buy or sell, but I'm telling you what the split could cause, because this is what happened for Amazon. This is what happened with Tesla. This is what happened with Nvidia. And this happened with multiple other companies. And when they went through that, afterwards. Now, that's the first thing you need to be happy about. The second thing you need to be happy about is, if GME didn't do a split and it was $152 and the price goes to 1,000, hypothetically speaking, and you just sold at 1,000. What does that mean? If you bought 1 share, that means you just have 1,000. You go home, have a great day. But now let's do the same example with GME split. Now you have 4 shares. If the price was to squeeze from the $38 per slice that we talked about, and let's say it also goes to $1,000, because shorts were very stubborn. They don't want to cover their position. And somehow the entity that lent them the shares, if they didn't call back the shares or they don't margin call them, they let them get away. The price goes up to 1,000. Now you're selling 4 shares times the 1,000. What is more, 1 times 1,000 or 4 times 1,000? I'm pretty sure you don't need a calculator for this one. So hopefully this answers all the FUD that is out there. Please, please, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and put your thoughts in the comment. If you have any other questions, and please guys, please inform other people, share this all across, let people see it. I'm tired of having to react to nonsense, stupid videos and theories from people who are not even putting any time or effort or any sense in their content. It's a shame. It's kind of like I don't know what to describe it as, but these people clearly, again, what I just explained to you, now you understand that there are no extra shares out there or free shares floating around because of this split, which by default should make you never go back to these places ever again, because their content is not true. Unless you go back for entertainment to laugh, I guess. But I would say from this point on out, please guys, if you choose to go and jump in the fire again, do it at your own discretion and do it by yourself. AB will not partake in this, because if you continue to credit someone who's giving out misinformation, then that's up onto you, because in my book, they're slashed. They're completely thrown out. I just labeled them as an entertainer. I am not gonna say anything or give them any credit as far as they know what they're doing and whatnot, because clearly that information that they left out, the only YouTuber here that is talking to you about or explain to you what the others are overlooking and not seeing or not understanding or didn't know anything about, which is what happens to the shorts as well in the split. Once you understand what happens to them, you know that there's no float, there's no extra float floating out there. And then you would also understand why this is a very, very, very bullish thing. Hopefully this answers all the questions. Thanks for taking the time out. Much love, AB Investments.